In this video, we're talking about if Logan Paul should win the 2023 Men's Money in the Bank contract. Now, this year's Money in the Bank ladder match for the men's side has endless possibilities as to who can win. Endless opportunities for all involved. We have Damian Priest of the Judgment Day, Butch of the Brawling Brutes. We have Santos Escobar of LWO, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet, and now a seventh member in Logan Paul. There's so many people in this match that can win. Let's jump into why Logan Paul should win the Money in the Bank and why, if not Logan Paul, it should be LA Knight or Damian Priest. And like I said, Logan Paul. Endless opportunities here. Let's start, I guess, with why Damian Priest has a chance to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. This could be a great start to what seems to be the end of maybe the Judgment Day, or maybe just the end of Damian Priest's time in the Judgment Day. We've seen over the last couple of weeks, Damian Priest, Finn Balor have some tension. Maybe just Finn Balor having tension with the rest of the group. We saw Finn Balor have a backstage conversation on Monday Night Raw with JD McDonough, who is someone he's trained and who has been rumored to join the Judgment Day. Now, from what we saw at Backlash with Damian Priest and Bad Bunny, Damian Priest is now being positioned as a main eventer on the Monday Night Raw brand. And it was rumored that he'd be breaking away from the Judgment Day. Now, to go more in depth on that, we can see Damian Priest just step away from the Judgment Day, being cordial with them, always having them as a backup plan, sort of say. Or maybe we see Damian Priest get into it with the Judgment Day, and we see the breakup come in what would be a feud on Monday Night Raw. Now, if Damian Priest were to win the Money in the Bank, I could see this being a great opportunity for him to step away from the Judgment Day. We saw it way back when, 2004, 2005, with Randy Orton, when Randy Orton was the next big face in WWE. He was in Evolution with the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the Animal Batista, Triple H, The Game, the COO of WWE, and he became the youngest world heavyweight champion, and Evolution turned on him, taking their place back from Randy Orton, signaling that he may have went too far ahead of them, booting him out of the group. And maybe we could see this happen with Damian Priest if he were to win the 2023 Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Maybe Damian Priest wins the contract and Finn Balor starts to get jealous that he's not the one, because again, at Money in the Bank, Finn Balor is challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins, which not many people believe that Seth will be losing that title to Finn Balor, at least. So there is some speculation here as to if Damian Priest were to win the Money in the Bank, what would happen to his relationship with Finn Balor, with Rhea Ripley, with Dominic Mysterio. I don't see Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio having an issue with Damian Priest just because of the relationship that they have. I see it more coming from Finn Balor. Now, maybe Finn Balor decides, hey, I'm going to make the Judgment Day 2.0. I'm going to boot Damian Priest. And maybe he just boots Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. Regardless of what happens with the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley will be a package. There's no breaking them up. They are the hottest thing going in WWE right now. If you look on social media, if you look on TikTok, over 2 billion searches in hashtag searches for Dominic Mysterio and over 4 billion hashtag searches for Rhea Ripley. Finn Balor hasn't even broke 100,000, and I think Damian Priest is just above, a little above 100,000. So Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio doing fantastic numbers across the board with social media. But if Damian Priest were to win the Money in the Bank, I could see this being the downfall to his time in the Judgment Day. Finn Balor gets envious. They kick him out. They add JJ McDonough. And Damian Priest goes on to hold the Money in the Bank and just be elevated as a main event talent. And eventually maybe becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. I think that would be a great position for Damian Priest, just because he's now being positioned as a main eventer on Monday Night Raw. But we know that he can do so many great things. That match with Bad Bunny at Backlash was one of my favorite matches of the entire year. It was entertaining. It was hard-hitting. Damian Priest makes you believe in him when he's performing in the ring, and I think the Money in the Bank contract would just give him that extra push to be elevated as a world champion, as a main eventer. And isn't that the point of the Money in the Bank contract? Over the last couple years, we've seen the Money in the Bank contract used in other ways than what it was supposed to do. The Money in the Bank contract is supposed to be used as a tool to elevate talent to the main event from the mid-card, to give that opportunity that they may not get on their own, to give them the upper hand, the benefit when maybe, you see a match, anybody on the roster versus Roman Reigns. They don't stand a chance because Roman is at the highest level right now in WWE. But after a last man standing match with Brock Lesnar or some sort of other match, maybe he's not at 100%. And that's when the Money in the Bank contract is supposed to be used. So the holder of that contract has a high chance of becoming world champion, but also is elevated as a main eventer. Damian Priest would thrive in that position every week, coming out on Monday Night Raw and even going to SmackDown and just holding that briefcase up, signifying that he is the next guy and it's only a matter of time. And again, we know he can have great matches with Seth Rollins if that were to be the case, which most likely it would be the case. Whoever holds the Money in the Bank contract would most likely cash in on the champion of their brand, just because WWE is finally looking to hold a good breakthrough or good separation of their brands. So Damian Priest winning the Money in the Bank contract in 2023 would be an elevation of him to the main event, but would also be a great storyline for him to end his time with the Judgment Day. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe right here on YouTube, but also all across social media platforms. And I'll see you in the next video.